There's a city election coming up. We'll give you all the details on the candidates and early voting.
Plus, we'll check out the new Neighborhood Life block party trailer.
April's full of special events in Rowlett. Get ready for some fun.
And the second Rebuild Rowlett 5K is fast approaching. Are you registered?
All that and much more coming up right now. Hi, and welcome to the April edition of Rowlett on the Water, on the Move. This show is produced entirely by city staff and can be seen on three ways. First, on Rowlett's known television network, RTN 16. You can go to our favorite YouTube channel called Rowlett Texas Video, all one word, and watch our streaming video and watch us in full HD. And of course, Brian, your favorite website,
Rowlett.com.
Rowlett.com, where you can find all the past shows and council meetings and much, much more. But we've got a great program today, Brian. We've got a lot to talk about as usual. You know, it's amazing. You think you go by and it's like next month will be a little bit slow, but it never seems to slow down. We've always got a lot going on. So let's start off, I guess, with the May 6th, 2017 general election is fast approaching. So here's a quick rundown of some important dates and information. The offices that are up for election is Place 1, Robert Van Blumendahl and Leanne Welk. Now, this is a little bit different because Leanne is actually a write-in candidate.
That's right.
This is, I think, the first time since I've been on council in about 10 years that we've had a write-in candidate. So it's a little more complicated, but she is running against Robert Van Blumendahl. And then on place 3, we have Bruce Hardgrave. Then on place 5, we have Pam Bell and Rick Sheffield. That is not a write-in, of course. That is a traditional race that we would typically have. Yep. And of course, the last day to register to vote is April 6, 2017. And the early voting hours, which I love early voting, early voting's great. That begins April 24th and runs through April 29th. The time runs from 8 to 5. Then on Sunday, April 30th, it runs from 1 to 6. And on May 1st and May 2nd, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So again, the early voting times are April 24th through May 2nd, but the times will vary. And then, of course, Election Day, which is May 6th, is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So if you have any questions about the voting locations, please contact the City Secretary's office at 972-412-6115 or visit their page on Rowlett.com.
Well, Todd, do you think there's any chance we're going to get 16,000 voters again?
I would seriously doubt that. Even with the liquor election, we did get 16,000 voters.
Oh, my Lord. You know, last fall was amazing, wasn't it?
Well, it was. And, you know, I turned the clock back further than that when you had the beer and wine election, because I thought at some point the city was going to fall apart or come off its wheels, so to speak, with the citizens you talked to. And we didn't even get near that number for that particular election either. So.
Yeah. We were having some individual days as much as like any election we had before. So it was a huge event, and I would like to see that kind of turnout every time, though.
Well, I wish we would. You know, people have an opportunity to really tell us what they think and what concerns that they have, and a lot of it, you know, go out and vote for the candidates. And frankly, that money stays right here in Rowlett. Anytime you have a municipal election, you're electing people that make rules for our city.
Yep.
So.
Well, so at this point, we have the Candidates Roundtable coming up. So the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce is holding a Candidates Roundtable luncheon on April 12, 2017 from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Rowlett Community Center. Don't miss your chance to participate in this unique roundtable forum that allows attendees to interact one-on-one with each candidate. The event is $15 per person for members and $20 for potential members. To RSVP, call Laura Kiesling at 972-475-3200, or you can email her at laura@rowlettchamber.com. That's LAURA at rowlettchamber.com, all one word.
Well, Brian, do you like running?
I enjoy walking, man.
Well, if you're running or walking, Rowlett Strong is proud to announce the second Rebuild Rowlett 5K on Saturday, April 15th at Rowlett High School. This 5K benefits the victims affected by the December 26 tornado. We've got a shotgun start at 8:05 a.m. and the cost is $25 for pre-registration online and $35 the day of the race. The price includes the finisher medal for all, and a virtual race has also been added so you can run anywhere. Please visit rowlettstrong.org for all the details. You know, Brian, this is a really great event. We had the first one of these. I was absolutely positively amazed at the turnout that we had. And, you know, it really says a lot about the community that we are, who we are, and whether you can walk or run. Trust me, I'll be walking. So,
Yeah.
But regardless of that, at the end of the day, it's really about people helping each other out.
It is, Mayor. It's like you said. It's for a good purpose. It really shows community support, and it doesn't matter the fact that before you ever get out of the gate, people are already running back. So you do what you can.
Okay. I share a very quick funny story, but I remember at the end, watched all the runners, and they were literally, I don't know how many, probably thousands or something. It was just unbelievable the number of people we had running. And literally, by the time the back line finally at the front, I see someone coming around the side. I'm like,
Yeah.
did they cheat? What is that? Because that was
I
too
know,
fast.
man.
But
I
usually
know.
the really, really fast ones take off at the front. So it sounds like it'll be a great day and probably a big party, right?
Yes, Mayor. And it was fun last time. We're looking forward to it again, and I think we'll have a great turnout.
Well, speaking of party, Brian, tell me about this new party trailer.
Well, Mayor, this is a very interesting thing. On last month's show, you may remember that we had a lengthy interview with Elisa Bowers, our Neighborhood Life Coordinator. Recently, her block party trailer was delivered to the city after getting a full graphics wrap. So what's a block party trailer, you ask? Well, in our case, it's a 6-foot by 12-foot trailer stocked with all the items that we need to throw a great block party. Soon neighborhoods will be able to rent the trailer free of charge.
So who's going to be first to rent the trailer?
I guess I will, Mayor.
That's right.
Or
Now, help me again. To rent the trailer, how much is it?
$0, Mayor.
So I can actually get the trailer for free. Well,
That's
that's
right.
even better. That's really cool because a lot of times when you have these special events that you run, a lot of times you think about when someone says, let's have a party in the cul-de-sac and invite all the neighbors, you're always looking for chairs and a lot of other things to be able to host the party, just don't have those tools. So to be able to have that and especially be, in this case, have the city actually take it to the location and deliver it, it would be a really great thing to be able to invite more people.
And Mayor, this is the whole purpose of it. We want neighborhoods to come together like this. We want them to get out and know who their neighbors are. So this is a great opportunity for us as well to be able to help spearhead that and advocate for our communities.
Well, and I think it's important because all the events in our community are really important, and the ones that we host in the neighborhood also are just another way that people can get together. And I'll tell you what, speaking of different events, April is a very, very busy month. This is one of our busiest months of the year, and it really kind of kicks off our whole downtown event series. We always kick this off in April, and the first one, which is actually one of my favorites, is the Easter egg hunt, which is held on Saturday, April 8th from 10 to 12 at Pecan Grove Park. Now, if you haven't been there before, let me just kind of paint the picture. Close your eyes for a second, everybody, but paint the picture standing in beautiful Pecan Grove Park, the very large pecan trees, with a little bit of shade with the leaves just starting to come in, and literally 20,000 plus Easter eggs littering the entire ground, and kids of all ages being able to go out and just have an opportunity to pick up eggs with little pieces of candy inside our treats. It's just a whole lot of fun for everybody. And as we say before, grab your Easter basket and hippity hop. Come on, hippity hop.
Hippity hop. Okay, man.
There we go. Hippity hop. Oh, brother. Okay. Just get the camera back. I'll take care of it. Hippity hop to Pecan Grove Park for over 20,000 filled Easter eggs. And of course, this event, as usual, is free. And we include face painting, bounce houses, photos with the Easter Bunny, and of course much, much more. Large hunts are categorized by age groups, or I should say the Easter egg hunts are categorized by age groups, and they're usually large groups. If you think about the number of kids that show up, it's a lot of fun, and everybody gets something out of it. So, and they run through various times throughout the event, and we even have a special one for the Angel kids, which is there as well. So
that's right.
It's a lot of fun.
And Mayor, one of the other exciting things to do is what we call the Easter Puppaloosa. So we do that one on Sunday. Yes, thank you. Yeah, got to have the ears. So the Easter Puppaloosa this year is on Sunday, April 9th, and we'll do that at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Herforth Park. And dogs of all sizes are invited to hunt for eggs filled with doggy treats.
That's right. And
special prize events at Herforth Park from 2 to 4. So remember to bring your Easter basket, your leash, and proof of rabies vaccination.
Oh, I made voting cards. I'm sorry. I did. Oh, never mind.
Okay. No, but it is important to have the proof of rabies vaccination.
Yes, it is.
Otherwise, we don't really want the pets there.
I absolutely agree.
We want to make sure that the other pets are safe, as well as family and members too.
And it doesn't take that long. I'll tell you, folks, if you haven't been to one of these, bring your pets out. It is a whole lot of fun. And the dogs all the eggs are filled with these dog treats that day. So it's a really cool event as well.
And they enjoy it just as much as the kids do.
Yes, they do. And I think the owners have a great time. It's just a great way to get people together. So I love that. Now, one of my favorite events coming up, of course, is our Kid Fish event. This is a really great way. Saturday, April 29th, mark your calendar from 9 to noon at Community Park. The Rowlett Parks and Recreation is proud once again to hold our Kid Fish. It's going to be, again, as we talked about, Community Park, the pond will actually turn, we were stocking it with over 500 pounds of adult catfish prior to the event, and prizes and trophies will be awarded to the winners of all 3 age groups. You know, the single moms, parents, grandparents, you want to take your kids or grandkids out there. This is just a lot of fun. We have staff there. It's a catch and release, so you're able to put them back in. But there's nothing more special than watching that kid for the first time toss that reel in there and they start rolling it, and all of a sudden they don't know what to do. I've seen so many times they drop it because they don't know what happened, you know, and dad comes up or grandpa or grandma comes up and they grab the thing and they start rolling in there and their eyes light up. It's just a whole lot of fun. So I cannot wait for this one. And of course, following that is one of my favorites.
And Mayor, right after that, of course, is the Rowlett Cardboard Boat Regatta. So again, Saturday, April 29th. This one will be done about 1:30 p.m. at Community Park. It'll be full of spectators waiting to see who will float, sink, or swim. Cardboard boat regatta. Contestants will make boats out of cardboard and tape and will rely on their inventions to keep them afloat as they race across the Community Park pond. Registration for the 4th annual Cardboard Boat Regatta is now open.
All right, now I'm going to share a quick story on this because the idea actually came from when I was a child. We would go to Oxford, Maryland. And in Oxford, Maryland, every year we go down and they'd have the Cardboard Boat Regatta in Oxford, Maryland. And people from all age groups would come out, and all different levels of engineering, I don't know what you call it, engineering skill, we'll say. And they'd come in and they design these boats. And it was so funny to watch because you have to hold adults or even large numbers of children, and they paddle out to a certain point and they paddle their way back, and some would just barely get in the water, and all of a sudden the boat starts sinking down, and they paddle a little faster, they keep going down until they're in the water. Just a whole lot of fun. And to be able to see them in the pond, it's very safe. We have, you know, folks that are out there supervising at the fire department there to make sure no one gets injured. But it is a really cool event. If you got a church group, if you got some friends in the HOA or just some buddies and you want to enter the race, we had one group last year. They made that Viking ship. If you remember that, they're all dressed in their Viking wear, and we had the scouts, and you know, the interesting part is you don't have to be an engineer to win. Because we saw some folks out there that just used some duct tape and some cardboard and actually did really well. So unfortunately, the Viking guys the ship was beautiful, but the I guess it was the dragon or something in the front was so heavy, it just completely fell over when it hit the water. So I know they're redesigning it this year because I heard they were going to be back. Then, Brian, in May is the Memorial Day celebration featuring Touch-A-Truck on Saturday, May 27th from 10 to 1 at the Rowlett Community Center. This event is it's a very powerful ceremony. It's an opportunity for the city of Rowlett to honor the brave men and women who dedicated their lives to preserving our freedom. Then as the day continues, we follow it with Touch-A-Truck, which is just an absolute blast for the kids. It's an opportunity, and you know, it's just not an opportunity, it's really an educational opportunity, I should say, for children of all ages to go out and touch and climb and explore. Over 25 trucks lined up in the Rowlett Community Center parking lot. You know, how many times have you been out there and you see the trucks driving by the street and you wonder what it looks like inside, especially as a little kid. You know, really cool to be able to go in and not just climb through the school bus because you may ride on that on a regular basis, but what does a dart bus look like, or what does the electric truck look like, or a fire truck, or inside the ambulance and stuff. So it's just a whole lot of fun. You know, we do have some sponsorship opportunities available and vendor opportunities. So if you're interested in participating in any of these events, you can email Robert Searle, that's RSEARLE at Rowlett.com, or you can give him a call directly at 972-463-3946. For a full list of events and details with specific dates, you can visit our website by going to Rowlett.com. Well, and as we said, there's always a lot going on in Rowlett. So let's take a commercial break. And since it's almost summertime and hot temperatures are just around the corner, and I'm not looking forward to it, we're going to show you some water conservation tricks and tips from the Rowlett Utility Billing Department. Enjoy.
In the summer, outdoor water usage can account for 50 to 80% of homes' water use. Knowing when and how much water to use are important factors in water conservation and maintaining lower water bills. Watering should always be done either in the early morning or late evening hours. This keeps water from evaporating between the sprinkler and the grass, as well as off the grass itself. Most Texas lawns only require 1 inch of water once a week to maintain a healthy and deep root system. Lawns with a shallow root system are not drought tolerant and will not survive hot Texas summers. For information on when and how to water your specific area, visit www.watermyyard.org. Remember, every drop counts.
Do you know where your water comes from? How it gets to you? How much you use every day? Think about it. The truth is, here in North Texas, water is one of our most precious resources, and it's hard to really appreciate something we get so easily, simply by turning on a sprinkler. In the summer, our outdoor water use more than doubles, and 50% of that water is wasted. We can't bring it back, but we can use less. Visit watermyyard.org for weekly alerts on when to water based on your local weather. When you know better, you water better.
Indoor water conservation is something most people don't pay attention to. Texans average 169 gallons per person per day. Most households, however, can easily save water and lower their bills through simple practices such as installing water-efficient fixtures and by locating and eliminating leaks. Toilets are the main source of water use in the home and also happen to be a major source of leaks and/or inefficiencies. In most homes, toilets account for approximately 30% of indoor water usage, and it's estimated that nearly 20% of all toilets leak. It's important to repair leaking toilets and all other leaks right away, as they waste both water and energy, and usually account for 10% or more of your water bill. For more helpful tips and resources on how you can conserve water indoors, please visit www.wateriq.org. Remember, every drop counts.
The North Texas Municipal Water District is conducting chlorine maintenance on their transmission system and its customers' distribution systems, including the city of Rowlett, from now until April the 10th. Although chlorine maintenance does not affect water safety or quality, during this period, consumers who are sensitive to taste and odor in drinking water might notice a change. The chlorine maintenance does not have a negative effect on water quality, and the water remains safe for use and consumption. And Mayor, as you know, this is part of an annual maintenance program that they do every year, and really they need to. And so this is just a sign that they're taking care of the system, protecting our citizens and others that in their system, the 1.6 million people who use the water from the district.
Well, it's important because at the end of the day, you know, when you hear the stories around, just even around this country about the quality of water and issues that they have, you know, North Texas Municipal Water District, I know we have issues with the cost and things like that, but they do a very good job in maintaining the system and making sure that we have a good, clean, solid supply of drinking water to our community.
That's right.
This historic coil house, located in the front of Rowlett's Community Center in Pecan Grove Park, is now available for rentals. Hold your next party, shower, family reunion, meeting, or even a wedding at this beautifully restored property, which was once the home to one of Rowlett's founding families. The coil house rental facility is the ideal setting for your next special occasion. This charming and historic house is nestled in the breathtakingly picturesque Pecan Grove Park. The 2,000 square foot facility dates back to 1918, and once inside, you'll instantaneously notice the rustic elegance and profusely radiates throughout the house's numerous rooms. Reservations can be made via telephone by calling 972-412-6170 or in person at the Rowlett Community Center, located at 5300 Main Street. For pricing, policies, and procedures, please visit rowlett.com/coilhouse for the rental guide. This is great news. I am so excited about this. And you know, what kind of saddens me a little bit that I know would make them very happy is, I know that, you know, is Vernon and Lorraine Schrady were here to see that. They took such painstaking efforts to make sure that that property was going to be here for a long time. And when the property was in its old site, it was in a very deteriorated condition, as you're aware. When North Texas Tollway Authority came through as part of the project, that whole property was literally moved down the street and rolled. Drew, maybe you can show some footage or pictures of that. But if you recall, Brian, that rolled down the room.
Yes.
They put that little mason jar with the on the chimney, and it did not move the entire time it was on there. Show you how good they were. Yeah. And then we're able to carve out a space back in Pecan Grove Park. And of course, at that point, there really wasn't any money left from a restoration perspective. And the Schrady family donated over $100,000 to help with the restoration. And I know we've been doing a lot of work to it as well. And it's really transformed it into a really, really cool historic place.
Well, and Mayor, you know, you're absolutely right. And it's first off, it's in a great location. It's beautiful back there with the pecan trees. And then not only that, but then you also have this facility that is 1918. You think about that. You go through the rooms and you see really how things, I mean, today's modern standards is very, very different. So it's eye-opening in one respect, but it's really quaint, you know? And so if you have the opportunity to, to have a special event and you want something different, this would be a wonderful location to do it at.
Well, I am certainly looking forward to having events there. I know a lot of people they've been asking it for a long time, said, why can't we rent this out? It's such a great treasure why we're not able to do that. So I know the Schrady family and the Coyle family is going to be very, very happy about that. But I certainly wish Lorraine and Vernon were here to see it.
Yes.
The City of Rowlett receives numerous calls and emails each week for customers with questions regarding their water bills. Most of the questions can be answered with a little knowledge of how the bill is formatted and where important information is located on the bill itself. The most common question received is, what is my account number and customer ID? This information can be found in the upper right-hand corner of your bill and appears as two sets of numbers separated by a dash, as shown on the screen. The numbers left of the dash represent the account number, and those right of the dash represent the customer ID. The section directly below contains the usage for the current billing period, along with the reads that were taken on the dates above. The new charges field consist of a breakdown of all current charges for the most recent billing period. The City of Rowlett bills for water, sewer, drainage, and trash, all of which have a monthly base fee for active accounts. Water and sewer services have consumption charges added based on monthly usage. Finally, it is important to read the special message section of the bill every month. This is one of the main ways the City of Rowlett communicates important messages and updates its customers. For more information, go to rowlett.com and click on the utility page. Remember, every drop counts.
Howdy, this is Chris Paul for the Rowlett Community Emergency Response Team. As we approach spring in Rowlett, a very real threat to life and property is severe storms. Knowing what to do during an emergency is an important part of being prepared and may make all the difference when seconds count. Some of the things you can do to prepare for the unexpected, such as making an emergency supply kit and developing an emergency plan, are the same for both a natural or man-made emergency. A great source of information for making emergency supply kits for your home and family are available at www.ready.gov. Why worry about thunderstorms? The threats from a severe thunderstorm include lightning, straight-line winds, flash floods, hail, and of course tornadoes. Lightning causes an average of 55 to 60 fatalities and over 400 injuries each year. Lightning occurs with all thunderstorms, and lightning costs more than $1 billion in insured losses each year. Straight-line winds can exceed 125 miles per hour. Straight-line winds can cause destruction almost equal to a tornado and are extremely dangerous to aviation. Flash floods are the #1 cause of deaths associated with thunderstorms, with more than 90 fatalities each year. Remember, turn around, don't drown. 6 inches of moving water can make your car uncontrollable or sweep you off your feet. And we all know about hail in North Texas. Hail can be larger than a softball and causes more than $1 billion in crop and property damage each year in the United States. And last and not least, tornadoes. Tornadoes cause an average of 60 to 65 fatalities and over 1,500 injuries each year. Tornadoes can produce wind speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour and can be over 1 mile wide and stay on the ground for over 50 miles. Fortunately, modern technology and the many modes of communication we have available make advanced notice through watches and warnings commonplace. So what's the difference between a watch and a warning? A severe thunderstorm watch means that the potential exists for the development of thunderstorms which may produce large hail or damaging winds. When a watch is issued, you should go about your normal activities, but keep an eye to the sky and an ear to the National Weather Service weather radio or local radio and television stations for further updates and possible warnings. A severe thunderstorm warning, on the other hand, means that a severe thunderstorm is occurring or is imminent based on Doppler radar information. You should move indoors to a place of safety. Schools should think about delaying departure of buses and should take quick action to delay outdoor sports activities, etc. By being an educated and safe observer, you can do your part in serving your community in severe weather. But remember, your safety should be the first priority. Don't be one of those people that hear warning sirens and run outside with their camera or stand at the nearest window. One of the most relied upon resources for the National Weather Service are trained amateur radio licensees, known as hams, that act as storm spotters. If you're a licensed operator, you can attend free training by the National Weather Service at locations throughout North Texas. You can also find that training and get certified online. If you're not a ham radio operator, find your local amateur radio club for help in studying for licensing exams. As the emergency coordinator for the Rowlett Amateur Radio Emergency Service, I would encourage you to contact us through my call sign and email ns2p@arrl.net for more information on becoming an FCC licensed amateur radio operator. Lastly, no home in Rowlett should be without a dedicated NOAA weather radio. These radios can be programmed to sit quietly until they alert you to important broadcasts from the National Weather Service or the Emergency Alert System. Quality weather radios are available for approximately $50, and they've saved countless lives. In addition, there are also receivers available that will allow you to monitor the licensed hams involved in storm spotting. Until next month, this is Chris Paul of the Rowlett Community Emergency Response Team and the Rowlett Amateur Radio Emergency Service. Get educated, make preparations for you and your loved ones, and stay safe.
Brian, and we're back. So let's talk a little bit about some of the upcoming dates of interest. We've got our council and P&Z meetings coming up in April. The council meetings are April 4th and 18th, and planning and zoning meetings are April 11th and 25th. And as usual, as we always say, you can visit your favorite website at Rowlett.com, where you can watch, where we stream all the meetings live, and you have an opportunity to go back and look at the past meetings as well. So again, join us on the website or in person or on the website by going to our streaming video page, and you can see all the meetings and the actions that are taken.
Yeah. And the last day to register to vote for the May 6th general election is April 6, 2017. Don't forget, you need to register by that date. Early voting begins on April 24th and will run through May 2nd, and of course May 6th is election day. So if you have any questions about the voting locations, you can contact our City Secretary's office at 972-412-6115 or visit their page on Rowlett.com.
And I know the elections may not seem that important to you. In some cases, we don't get a big turnout, but they are important because all the money, with those folks that are elected here, make all the decisions for the money that stays here. And it's really important because they're projects that you and I will see and actually have, and actually be able to use versus maybe a government project that's in the state or across the country that you won't see. So I would encourage you to get out to vote. Yeah, speaking of opportunities to participate, we've got the upcoming Senior Health Fair coming up on Tuesday, April 11th from 9 to 12 at the Rowlett Community Center. This free annual event is presented by the Senior Advisory Board and features door prizes and free screenings, plus over 40 vendors. Gets bigger every single year and it's a whole lot of fun.
Well, and not only that, we also have the April Senior Potluck lunch on Thursday, April 13th. Now that's not at 11:30 a.m., but it's also at the Rowlett Community Center, and it's sponsored by Evergreen at Rowlett, Mayor.
And this is big. I'll tell you, if you haven't attended the potluck before, it's a great opportunity just to meet a lot of the seniors there. But our special guest this time, in my opinion, is really someone special, and that's the folks from Evergreen, which is a senior living community. We're building off the Big A Road and Old Rowlett Road. This is a great opportunity to go in and learn more about that facility. This is our first senior living facility, and I'm so excited about it. If you saw the newsletter that we just sent out, you'll actually see that we did a feature story on Evergreen and had a chance to do a sort of a behind-the-scenes tour of what's going on and how it's being built. But they're 75% leased already. That is just so hard to believe.
It's amazing, Mayor, that it's done so quickly, and they haven't even opened the doors. They're still building.
Well, and a lot of people say, "Well, I didn't know we could lease." Well, I didn't know they were, of course, leasing either. I called the lady that's doing leasing and said they're out of Richardson. They said, "We've been leasing all these." I said, "Can you please come to Rowlett and participate? Because we'd love to have you here to make sure our seniors are aware." And she said, "Well, we've had some seniors from Rowlett already sign up." But, you know, this is a great project, folks. If you have a chance to attend, please do so. Also, the Rowlett Fire Rescue will be holding a standard first aid CPR class on April 15th from 8:30 to 12:30 at the Rowlett Community Center. The cost is $30, and classes are open to anyone 16 years or older and is limited to 12 students. After completion, students will receive a handbook and a 2-year course completion card from the American Heart Association. To register for more information, call 972-412-6230. Again, another great opportunity. Could be a chance to save a life.
Yep.
There's all, you know, you're always put in those situations, and you don't mean to be put in that situation, but you walk in and something happened. I've seen so many people in the parking lot, they have a heart attack or somebody at work. You just never know, and to have that training is so critically important.
You know, Mayor, not only does our public safety officers, firefighters, police officers, of course, have all that training, but many city employees also go through that training as well, because we're out there in the field every day, and it's really good if somebody does have an issue that we're able to react to that.
Yes, I agree.
The next animal adoption event will be Saturday, May 20th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Rowlett Animal Shelter.
Did you say animal?
I guess
Hello,
I
Brian.
did.
Hello.
How you doing?
I bet you've missed me, haven't you?
Not enough.
Oh, well, go ahead, just continue.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for watching the April 2017 edition of Rowlett on the Water, on the Move. And any information, date, or story heard on this show can be found on my favorite website, rowlett.com.
Excuse me. Let's finish on the animal shelter.
Oh, well,
I don't think Rudy was finished yet.
No, we were done. I think we were done on that, Mayor.
I think Rudy's done. Folks, Brian hates Rudy. Brian's mother likes Rudy, but Brian does not like Rudy.
My mother does like Rudy.
So,
I have
yes,
to
she
admit
does.
that, yes.
So, well, again, we thank you so much for watching our show this evening. If you, Chip, let me go back for just a second on the animal shelter. The adoptions are so critically important. You know, I am very passionate about the adoptions. If you think about adopting an animal, please check out our shelter first. We have a lot of great dogs and cats and all different sizes and shapes, and we constantly get an influx of animals. They, you know, and at any given time, you may have a few, you may have many, but think about adopting. We've got special adoption fees on all that are there. They include vaccination, sterilization, and microchipping, which is really important, and that's the really expensive part about even buying a puppy.
Well, and that's true, Mary. I mean, you know, you buy one outright, you still have all those things to do, or you can come by the shelter. It's all done for you, and quite frankly, the price is extraordinarily reasonable. And you know, it's one of those reasons why the city of Rowlett has a 99% live release rate. We're very proud of that.
And I want to share a story just very quickly with you. My daughter went and they found this. Or this lady had these cats that she was giving away, and she said, "I'm thinking about getting this cat." And I said to her, I said, "Well, go to the shelter and get the cat there." "Oh no, I'll just take it from this lady." And a few weeks ago, she called me and said, "How much is it to get to get her spaded or neutered?" And I said, "Probably it's several $100s." I said, "You didn't get the one from the shelter?" No, I got it from this lady instead, and I got that one." And I said, "Well, that's expensive, because at the end of the day, if you had obtained it from the shelter, you could have obtained it for just, you know, in our case, $25 or $75, and includes the sterilization, microchipping, and vaccination. So really good deal. So check out the shelters first. They appreciate, and we certainly do too. So once again, go ahead.
Well, again, thank you for watching the April 2017 edition of Rowlett on the Water, on the Move. Any information, date, or story heard on the show can be found on rowlett.com, my favorite website. And don't forget to like us on Facebook for the latest up-to-date information. You'll miss stuff if you don't.
And you can check out both Facebook pages. They're really important. We've got Rowlett, Texas. City government is on there, and you can check out my Facebook page, Todd Help, Mayor of Rowlett. We post all the updated stories on there. It's a great way to stay in touch for what's going on.
And again, Mayor, as we always say, see you next time on Rowlett on the Water, on the Move.